This is the module. It's very efficient, very nice and compact, very small. It does the job. 5 volts. Let's presume you have a power supply of 12 volts to power your robot or project or anything, and you need 5 volts for your Arduino and peripherals, relays and something. You get this baby, just power it directly, you see, and bam. Let's see how it behaves under load. I'm supplying it with 12 volts and I have this USB meter, and I wanted to show that this little device here has reverse polarity protection. So if I'm powering it in reverse by stupidity, nothing happens, alright? And then I'm powering it the right way, and it delivers exactly 5.1 volts. Let's see how it behaves under load. I'm powering it at desk lamp, 5.1 volts, a 0.2 volts drop, and let's see how much current can we draw with this lamp. 4.9 volts at 1.4 amperes. So around 0.2 volts drop. Let's see how it handles a little load. Yeah, the voltage increases a little, and the highest consumption 5 volts precisely. It can handle a change in load pretty well. The 50 ohms load, it's tiny. Yeah, just a simple resistor. For radio frequency, that means it doesn't have an inductor component. And what do you know? Almost 50 ohms. This AC dimmer module right there lets you control a load, a 220 volts load, with your Arduino board, and just like you would use a PWM module, but this is for mains AC. So there's a little project I made for using this module, and you will see that it will progressively adjust the voltage, and the light bulb's intensity varies accordingly. I bought this FM radio antenna amplifier for the radio car stereo I use in my shack to play music, and the reception was very bad, and I thought this antenna amplifier might help. I didn't use it eventually because of the next item I'm going to present, but this one connects very simple to the car head unit. Just plug this into the car unit antenna jack, and the antenna goes into this socket right there, and there's a simple plus 12 volts connection to power this thing up. The cat cable allows you to connect your radio transceiver to your computer. Your transceiver becomes basically computer controlled, and that's a good thing. It connects to the back of the transceiver like that. You see there's a dedicated interface right there. Most modern transceivers have one. The other one is homemade. It's a computer keyboard connector, and it takes away the audio of the transceiver to the computer, and your transceiver becomes computer controlled. And of course you simply connect it to the USB port on the back of your computer. And I'm using this software to control my transceiver right now, but there are a lot of other softwares available there. This one controls the transceiver and tracks satellite and is able to adjust the Doppler correction to the transceiver automatically. That's why I'm loving it. And for example, you want to tune into a specific satellite, let's say the ISS voice repeater right there, and you'll see that it automatically adjusts the transmitting and receiving frequency, and you don't have to manually program it into your transceiver, which might be difficult or cumbersome. And you'll see that when I press the PTT, it automatically switches to a VHF, and the reception is in UHF. And if I manually adjust the frequency right here, you will see it transmitting it to the software. And if I adjust it in the software, it will be adjusted automatically in the transceiver. But the most important feature, and the reason I bought this device, is its ability to measure the electric current without breaking the circuit for that. And this is done by using its claw.
Nothing can stop the claw!
So let's measure how much current your fossil fuel car draws out of the battery just sitting around doing nothing. You simply put your claw around the cable, and what do we have here? That's your battery consumption current when the car is just sitting around with all the power off. Let's see what happens when I put the contact. Or you can measure how much current your radio station, your transceiver draws while transmitting, just by placing your claw around its wire like that. Make sure it's nice and tightly closed right there, otherwise it won't measure correctly. Yankee Oscar 3, Romeo Alpha Kilo. That was about 10 amperes in transmission. This tiny little device is the infrared transmitter. It has a USB-C connector, but there are also connectors, lightning connector for the iPhone. You just plug it in right there, and there's an app called Zaza Remote, and for example, you can point it towards your TV and it powers your TV. Bam, right there. I can change channels. Yeah, and also I have programmed the air conditioning. I select air conditioning and power. Okay, power off. This is the deck lighting. It's a beautiful package. I bought this product for a project that I didn't pursue anymore. I abandoned it and left with this cool stuff. This is a power adapter, some leaflet right there, how to connect them. I'm going to connect just a few of them. Each bulb has two wires, one in and one out, to connect to the one next to it. And the power adapter to the outlet, and there you have it. Nice stuff. Warm white. I'm going to connect another one. Just to see how it goes. The product has a housing. The housing can be inserted in a wall or in a deck or something, and you can access the bulb and you can replace it or repair it or anything. Right here I have a jar with water. Let's test if it is waterproof. Well, it looks like it is. No. There we have it. And this is how you insert it. Very simple, just like that. See, it has a lip over there to mask the hole it is in, and is a pretty looking thing. Very nice finish. This light ring allows you to illuminate your creations. It has a set of buttons here, power, and this one cycles through the colors. You have a cold white, a warm white, and a combination of both of them. And you have minus brightness and plus brightness. Yeah, I'll demonstrate this right now. Full brightness, minimum brightness, color, this is warm, combination, cold, off, on, the brightest, warmest, coldest combination. If we dim it all the way down and unplug it, it won't remember this setting, and when powering again it will go full brightness, which is alright, I believe. Now let's see the power consumption. This is a combination and the full power, 1.6 amperes, and the lowest power 0.13, 130 milliamperes, and one single color is 90 milliamperes. This tiny oscilloscope is very useful when troubleshooting or analyzing your electronics project. Yeah, a rotary switch with push, a connector jack 9 volts, power on, power off. Right there you have a BNC connector, a 1 megahertz generator, and the AC/DC selector switch, and Let's see how it works. The power adapter is 9 volts 1 amperes. Plug it right there. Plug it right there. Power on. There we go. A very simple measuring cable with 2 alligator clips. Anyway, you can connect your own oscilloscope probe if you want. And if we want to analyze a circuit, let's see how it performs. Presumably you have some pulse width modulation circuit or a servo motor for Arduino, which works with pulse width modulation also, and you want to see what's happening right there. You can see the pulses. You can change volts per division. You can change the frequency, the time per division, the trigger mode. Now we're in auto mode, or you can select single shot. It's a very simple, very basic. You don't expect miracles from it, but for simple project basic it does the job. And it can also display a window right there with the voltage and frequency. It auto measures, but I can't remember right now the button combination to make it appear or disappear. That's a phone holder for a tripod mount. If you want to mount your phone on a tripod, there you have it. This adapter plate is not included. You just screw it here like that, and then just simply insert it into your tripod. Now you can mount your phone. It has an adjustment knob right there, and if you place your phone, there you have it. And if you want to rotate this thing around, you want to screw this knob here and rotate it like this, and then you have a horizontal mount that's nice and solid. No worries about it. a PWM module. If you want to dim a small DC motor, a fan blower maybe, or a LED strip, it can take between 4.5 volts and 30 volts and 35 volts actually DC current. I like it because it is very small and compact, and it even has a on-off switch. Let's see how it works. Oh, we even have an LED right there. Click. I like this click because it turns completely off your load. It doesn't just gives a very small amount of pulses, but it turns it off completely, which is nice. And now it's on, and it's very dim, as you can see. And I'm going all the way up. Excellent, that's great. Nice. This SATA adapter allows you to connect all sorts of devices to your USB port. It comes along with a 12 volts 2 amperes adapter. You can plug it right there. You plug it to a mains outlet, power your hard drive, and connect it to USB. Yes, the hard drive started spinning. And there you have it. I can see whatever is on the hard drive. Alright. Thank you very much. That's it. Okay, a selfie stick. You can place your phone right there. It's holding it nice and firmly. There is a tripod for it. You can extend it this much. For a selfie stick, it's normal, I believe. But what's most important is that a remote wireless shooting button, and we should pair it with our phone. And whatever phone you have, you see it doesn't have a wire to connect to the audio jack or anything, because the iPhone doesn't have an audio jack, and you can pair it with this one, and bam, you can take pictures from anywhere. I can set my tripod and my selfie stick right there and press the button, picture taken. Or even more so, I want to make myself a nice beautiful selfie. Rotate the camera, press the button, picture taken. Thank you. As you can see, I can take advantage of my phone holder right there, and if I press the button, bam, it took the picture. I'll do it again, press the button, take the picture. Thank you. This is a newer antenna. You can see it's very flexible. In order to compare the original Baofeng antenna and the newer improved Nagoya NR771, I put two Baofeng transceivers next to each other, one with the original, one with the newer one, and try to make a reception of a NOAA weather satellite passing above me, and to compare the sensitivity of the signal and the strength, thus comparing the characteristics of the two antenna, considering the transceivers are rather similar. There is a faint signal over there. Now we have the signal over there too. But this one is much more clearer. Gonski. But this one is going strong. So it's obvious that this one has more sensibility now with this antenna than the stock one. I guess it's clear now that this Nagoya antenna has a better reception and sensitivity. You've seen this USB analyzer before in the previous demonstration, and I won't emphasize very much on its functionality. I just want you to show that it has several screens that you can choose of. So this is the screen that I prefer, which is clean and shows all the values directly, and then off, and then it cycles through all this fancy informations. And if you are wondering if it can measure more than 5 volts, yes it can. It depends on the charger. If you have a phone which can charge rapidly, fast charge, then this baby can measure 9 volts, 12 volts. This is the little antenna analyzer, or nano VNA as they like to call it. That's a fancier name for an antenna analyzer. It's very little, it's cheap and very useful. There's an USB Type-C port and a power button and a rocker switch with push. And if I'm powering it, bam, this is the interface. And let's see how it works. It comes in with a lot of stuff, some cables and some dummy loads for various calibration. It's rather cumbersome to use. It needs to be calibrated all the time, but you don't use it every day and you can easily pass this small inconvenience. There are a lot of tutorials on the internet on how to use this thing, and I won't emphasize on it. I'm just making a quick demonstration. I have an antenna right there, and I'm using it for this demonstration. You see, this is a big fat coaxial cable and a smaller with an SMA connector at the end. And let's see how it works. It already shows something, you see, and this one is SWR, and this one is the impedance. And with this rocker over there, I'm moving the cursor around. So what do we read here? For example, at 139 megahertz I have 2.7 SWR. At 140 I already have 1.96, and the lowest SWR is at, oops, the display is it's a touch screen. The lowest SWR is at 141.4. Anyway, yeah, I made a video about this antenna. Right now I want to demonstrate that this little baby can be connected to the computer over there.
We select the appropriate port and click connect. Then we select the curve and the value we want to display. Let's say SWR, and get data. This is the SWR curve right there. If we want to display the impedance, the Smith chart, there we have it. Very useful computer integration. That's it, folks. 24 items bought from Aliexpress this year. If you liked it and want to appreciate the effort I put in making this video, give it a like. If you don't mind getting a notification now and then and want to see more of my work, subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for watching.